Hey guys, it's Kai here, and today I have the most bizarre and creepiest / scariest VHS logos. This list is in no order and has only VHS logos. I would like to know some of these logos are loud and cause epilepsy, so beware. I will pop up a warning, but I should say this before the video starts. Because all these logos are mashed up, I set up a ranking system. Here are the ranks. B equals bizarre, C equals creepy, and S equals scary. Anyways, let's get into the list.
A Hikon film.
A Hikon film.
Oh my god, this logo is weird and bizarre. This logo is very creepy. It starts with a sky background, then a UFO style background appears. After that, a floating eye floats towards the screen. Then a moon blocks the eyeball. Then a Hikon film appears in the moon eye. This logo makes absolutely no sense at all. The music is creepy too. It's pretty much a synth and a guy saying Hikon multiple times. Then at the end, some guy says a Hikon film. Sometimes it breaks your speakers, while other times it's too quiet. It depends which version you get. This logo is just bizarre and very creepy. I rate this logo a B and a C. This logo was also on my top 10 scariest logos video for a reason. This logo is scary and it makes no sense. It starts with a space background where a pair of eyes open. It's just scary and kind of startling because who would expect a pair of eyes opening on a space background? Then it cuts to pictures of planets. Then finally the faded and ugly Vadimon logo appears with some of the worst animation ever. The music is a depressing space tune, which makes the logo less scary but more creepy, but it still is scary, so I will rate this a B and a S. This logo is awful. This logo is 1 minute and 52 seconds long. Why does it have to be that long? I made a list a long time ago, which was on my other channel, which I will re-upload soon, called the top 10 worst logos, and this was on it. This logo has some of the worst animation ever. It could also cause seizures because of the flashing lights from the cheesiest part of the logo. The music is some of the worst music ever. It was most likely made on a synth that was $100 in 1988. It is the most low budget logo ever. This logo is not scary, however. It's just a bizarre logo that is super obscure. I rate this a B. What the hell is this? This company's demographic was children. What were they thinking? This logo makes no sense and it's bizarre. It's an Asian guy screaming at the top of his lungs, and then the caution logo appears. It also comes out of nowhere, and it makes it startling. There's not much to say, it's just bizarre. I rate this a B and an S. This logo is very weird, but I love it. It's such a cool logo, even though it might be a little cheesy. The music is really nice. The animation isn't the worst. This is a weird logo though, because of the rainbow at the start, and the animation is very ancient to me, but it's awesome. This Canadian logo is one of my favorite VHS logos anyways. I added a new rank now, A equals awesome. This logo is a B and an A. This logo is way too loud, considering that they released public domain cartoons which were put together badly, that was targeted towards children, makes this logo worse. This logo's music is similar, if not the exact same, as the audio from 3G Home Video. Even though it's not as loud, because it was proven that 3G Home Videos was quiet. If you listen to the loud version on YouTube and compare them, they are very similar. They are also public domain companies, so that's in common too. If I owned a tape by them back in the late 80s, early 90s, even at this age, when I saw UAV, I would run as fast as I can from it. I rate this an S. This logo is just creepy. It has a dark mood. I could tell this logo is from the 1980s just by the animation and the music of it. The music is what makes it creepy and depressing. It's just very dark music and has a dark atmosphere, and the logo is on a black background obviously, so it's a very dark logo. An interesting thing I found out about this logo is that this company was made by FHE, also known as Family Home Entertainment. They used this side to produce their non-children films, so that's why they used USA Home Video. I have talked about FHE on this channel before, like on the top 10 ugliest logos and top 10 scariest logos. Also check those videos out, those are pretty good videos. I find that that's some pretty interesting information, because this logo, there's not much to say about it. I rate it a C. This logo is not scary, but it's weird. The soundtrack starts with a police siren, then it goes into a disco song, then it fades with the police siren. The logo itself just says Videotape Center, then it cuts to movie footage, and then at the end it goes back saying Videotape Center. I rate this logo a B. I remember this logo on VHS tapes. Even though I was born in the early 2000s, I stopped watching VHS tapes at the age of 6 or 7, so I have an experience with VHS tapes. I remember this logo, and it did scare me. In fact, the only other logos that scare me more than World Vision is Paramount Home Video, which I was terrified of, but not scared of Paramount anymore, but I'm still scared of this one. The music is very eerie, which makes it scary and bizarre. It starts with a swoosh sound which startles you, then creepy music pops up, and it's just unsettling. I rate this a B and a S. is this? This is the most bizarre logo ever created. Was this logo from the 1960s, from the psychedelic era? Like, what the hell? I can't even explain this. Why do they have to make it this bizarre? There is a lot to say about this logo, but we would be here for an hour, so we must leave it here. I rate this a capital B. This logo is kind of bizarre. This logo is pretty creepy because of the lack of music, the bomb falling out of the sky, and the explosion, which can scare people due to the pieces flying in your face. I find that this logo is pretty bizarre. Please tell me if the name of the company makes any sense with the logo in the comments, because I'm super confused. I rate this a B and a C. Why? Why do they need to add that scream? After that, it goes into a disco song, which isn't bad after that, but that scream startles you. There isn't much to say. The logo itself is extremely boring, but the music is startling as crap. I rate this a B and a C. I like this logo, but it has weird, at least to me, animation. This logo looks very 1980s. Like, I could tell it's from the 1980s for sure. This logo is pretty creepy as well. I think that the music is cheesy, creepy, and cool. If I would have a VHS tape with this logo, I would most likely be creeped out by this logo, because I find when you're actually watching a VHS tape, it makes the experience more scary. I rate this a B and a C. This is probably one of the most creepiest logos ever. The film quality is awful, even worse than Vadimon's logo, and that logo has bad VHS quality. The music is very distorted and creepy, even maybe a bit startling. The animation is some of the worst ever. Photo video is better animation. I would have put this number 1 on my top 10 ugliest logos, even higher than KWSU, but I'm redoing that list. Or I might not, depending if I want to. Even the name makes no sense. Why not just Rex Home Video, but they named it Rex Films Home Video. I rated a B and a S. I could tell that this logo is from the 1980s just by how the animation is and the music is. I find this logo to be very bizarre because of the weird music. This is probably the only logo that the name kind of represents the logo and isn't completely off. It's just that the music and animation make it bizarre. It's not scary, however, so I rate this a B. Oh my god, this logo scared the crap out of me while making this video. It startles you with that music. It starts from colored bars for like a second, then the music pops on. The eyes are creepy and are on the top of the entire logo the entire time. This logo is also pretty long. This logo is so weird and scary that I'd probably put in my top 10 scariest logos, but not that high on the list. I rate this a B and a C. This is another logo I'd put in my top 10 scariest logos list. Now, because this thing is extremely scary, I would also put it extremely high on that list. The main reason of this logo being scary is because of the stupid audio. It is super loud and frightening. Now, I put up a discussion board on the CLG wiki asking for people to send me the most bizarre and scariest logos. Which, thank you to everyone who did. Sorry, the CLG wiki is shut down for me right now. But if it does come up, my username is Megadeth99. Maybe look at that discussion board and pay attention to people who suggest it. But one guy suggested this with a bunch of others on the list. And I've never heard of this logo before. So when I did, it scared the little crap out of me. And I was in the lowest, like very low volume. That's how loud it is. It's louder than the old 3G home video. All I can say about this logo is the animation is boring, but the music is terrifying. I rate this an S, a capital S. Jesus logo is terrifying. It starts with colors, which represent the Lorimar logo from the 70s and 80s. Then it forms into the Roadshow logo. Then at the bottom it says ROADSHOW-LORIMAR-HOME video. I find this logo fascinating because of how obscure and rare this logo it is. It is rated extremely rare by the CLG wiki. The music for this logo is very scary. Also at the same time, this logo is rated a medium to high rating. Also, I wrote this before the CLG wiki website was shut down. This logo is terrifying though. I find it extremely scary. I rate this a B and an S because the colors and such like that make this logo very weird. Especially because it was on children tapes or some of the time. So this is a very weird logo indeed. No wonder people put this logo in their top 10 worst logos ever. It's so cheesy and weird. I find it's also very creepy because of the music and animation. This is a logo I would not like to see at night. It makes me cringe looking at it. I don't think it deserves a nightmare rating, but a high rating. I rate this a B and a C. You're probably thinking that I will say that it's scary and it sucks, but that's wrong. I enjoy the logo, though I do find it a bit creepy. I also remember this logo because Australian tapes would come into Canada, which were Disney tapes. Roadshow would distribute Australian Disney tapes, so that's how I saw these logos. I would see the one that I just played and their first logo. And the first logo gave me nightmares while the other one calmed me down. The music makes me nostalgic and I just love it. But I do find it a bit creepy. I rate it an A and a C. The VHS tapes are one of my biggest fears as a kid, especially the logos. Even though most of these logos I never saw on a VHS tape, I still find them weird and creepy. Next list I'll be doing is the scariest childhood logos, like those logos that scared me as a child. I might have to make a new top 10 scariest logos video because this list exposed me some terrifying logos. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and comment down below what list you want next or topic you want me to talk about. Anyways, bye.